Hey, what's going on, you guys? Jordan over here at the Movie Den. I hope you all are doing well, guys. Today we are going to be diving into a film from one of Vinegar Syndrome's partner labels, Cinephobia, releasing. And of course, we are talking about Brute 1976. And the reason I picked this up is kind of funny. My buddy Aaron, A&B's Horror, he was talking about it. I think it was during one of the Dread broadcasts that we do. I'll put Aaron's channel down below for you guys. He does incredible interviews with so many people in the industry. But anyways, I believe it was in the Dread broadcast, one of their episodes. He was talking about Brute 1976. And funny enough, it was, I think, the next week, Vinegar Syndrome announced, with Cinephobia releasing, obviously, they're going to be putting this out on Blu-ray. So I texted him real quick. I said, dude, Vinegar Syndrome is releasing that. And we had a good laugh about it. We were talking. He's like, dude, you really need to check it out. So that's the reason I picked this up. And Aaron, dude, I can't thank you enough for this. This release is awesome. So thank you. But before we get into this release, I first want to give a huge shout out to Michael and Deb over at the Movie Room, for one, being huge supporters of this channel, but also for sending this out for review. So thank you so much. I'll have the link down below to Brute 1976 over at the Movie Room. And make sure to use my code MovieDen10 at checkout. It'll save you 10% off your order, guys. Definitely go support them. By supporting them, in turn, helps support this channel and brings more content like this to you guys. So thank you so much. So let's talk about Brute 1976. And first off, I want to talk about this slipcover from Vinegar Syndrome. And their slipcovers are always incredible. Right here we have two of our main characters. We have Brutus right there and Raquel. Brutus is one of the killers in the film. Then if we flip it to the back, we have got Sunshine and Roxy, two of our other characters. And then if we go ahead and take this slipcover off, there is your artwork on the case itself. And there is the group right there in the film. We're going to be talking more about them later. And then on the back, there is everything right there. We'll go ahead and open this up. We're not getting any booklets or anything. You do have some inside artwork, which I can show you real quick. There you go. And then here is your Blu-ray. Another thing I really like about this slipcover is it fits that kind of gritty 70s horror feel that this film has throughout. We'll talk about that later as well. Now, of course, with this film, it wears its inspirations proudly. Straight 70s horror throughout this film. Mainly the Texas Chainsaw Massacre and The Hills Have Eyes. Now, the film follows a group that they are traveling out to the desert. I believe it is Death Valley. And they are going out there for a photo shoot. Well, one of the models don't show up. And so the girl who kind of sets up the shooting location and gets them there, she has to step in to take place of that one model. The other model is there as well. And that's the two that we see right here, Sunshine and Roxy. Now, the one who doesn't show up, now that is Raquel right here. In the beginning of the film, we find out what ultimately does happen to her. And they end up stumbling upon this old abandoned ghost town called Savage. Now, this town does look like a town that at one time was thriving, but of course now it is a deserted wasteland. But before long, they begin to realize that this town really isn't empty and it's home to this cult-like family, all ran from the mysterious Mama Birdie. From there becomes this survival horror film where the group has to try and survive each member of this crazy family. Now, look, if you're into practical effects, this film is going to hit the spot for you. Every kill in this movie is done practically and it looks fantastic. Now, there is one kill in here that's kind of the infamous outhouse scene. If you guys have seen the film, of course, you know what I'm talking about. And that is the one gag or kill in this movie that made me a little squeamish. It's definitely up there with even rivals other films. And look, all I'll say is it involves a glory hole in the outhouse. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Now, visually speaking, look, I was impressed with this film. The way they captured the 70s aesthetic, I thought was great. You could tell that the filmmakers really studied films like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. One, right from the opening shot of the movie, I can tell that, yeah, this movie is definitely taking inspiration from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Even down to there's a van that the group drives that seems to be a nod to the van in the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. But one thing I think is really well done that they do is they overexpose certain shots with the sun. And that is a direct nod to 1974's Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It was like that in that film due to the limited resources and budget that they had. But it's a really, really cool nod that they give to that film, and I definitely appreciate it. Now, as for bonus features, Cynophobia Releasing and Vinegar Syndrome really went all out. They pretty much got just about every single actor involved in the film, minus a couple. I know Brutus isn't in there, but pretty much all of them back for interviews. They go over, stories about production, kind of more information behind the character, what they took from that character, and some of their favorite scenes of the film. You also get a really, really cool interview with the special effects artist, and that one I thought was awesome. He really goes into talking about how each of these gags were done. And I always find it really fascinating the way they do these practical effects, and he doesn't disappoint. He goes through all of them. He talks about how he created them and some of the challenges that he had to deal with when creating these gags for the film. Plus, you got an audio commentary in here that really rounds out the special features of this release. Guys, honestly, this is a really, really fun homage to the 1970s slasher, and you can tell throughout. If you guys are a fan of films like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the original, or The Hills Have Eyes, I would definitely give this one a shot. I think you're going to have a really fun time with this. It's rough, it's nasty, and it really captures that era, I think, perfectly, to be honest. And you guys should also check this out, because if you enjoy it, they are going to be making a sequel to this that they talked about in the special features, Brute 1986, which I can't wait, and I really hope they do, nods to the 80s horror films. So that's going to be a lot of fun. So yeah, guys, again, I highly recommend checking this one out, guys. I think you guys will enjoy it. But guys, that is going to be my review and somewhat of an unboxing for Vinegar Syndrome's newest release of Brute 1976. Again, thank you to Michael and Deb over at the Movie Room for sending this out. I'll make sure to put links down below where you can pick this up over at the Movie Room. Make sure you use my code, MovieDen10. Save yourself a little bit of money. But guys, let me know down below if you guys have picked this up, if you guys have seen it. I would love to know your thoughts on the film, and if you enjoyed it or not. I love reading your comments down below. But guys, like I said, that's going to be the end of the video. I hope you all enjoyed it, and of course, you all take care.